Welcome to class, everybody. My name is Anne, and I am going to lead you through this 35-minute Pilates flow class. Today's class is going to focus on the areas of our tricep muscles. So these are the cute little muscles at the back of our upper arm bones, as well as our inner thigh muscles, commonly also called our adductor muscles. So they run on the inseam of both of our legs here, closer towards the pelvis. But it is Pilates, so of course, as always, a lot of core work as well. Today, there are options to use props if you have them available. Just an option if you do not have access to these, or if you don't want to use them at all, you don't have to. All the exercises can also be done without props. But if you have at home 2 small hand weights, so these are 2 pounds, anything really under 5 pounds is going to work for this. So that could be filled water bottles or cans. Just place them about halfway up your mat on either side. If you have a stability ball like this at home, please place that around your mat as well. If you do not have that, you can always take a towel of really any size and just roll it up to a little cylinder shape, and you can use that as well, or a yoga block works, or no prop at all. So just placing props in and around your mat, easy access to grab later in class. As always, guys, I'm here to offer suggestions for you today in terms of movement. So please, first and foremost, listen to your body. If anything starts to feel a little bit uncomfortable, especially if there's any type of pain, please take a break. Modify the exercise if you need it. Do a completely different exercise if that serves your body a little bit better. Always moving slowly, mindfully, trying to challenge yourself a little bit, but again, always listening to your body in this class. Okay, so today we're gonna start lying down. Ooh, just housekeeping notes. I won't play music in the background of this video again. You're welcome to go ahead, pop on whatever music you have, or I've linked a Spotify playlist in the description below. So go ahead, press play on that. I do live in an old Toronto apartment here, so floors will creak, there'll be some weird noises, can't control my neighbors. I also have 2 cats. They may or may not make an appearance. So let's go ahead and get started. Lie down on the back of your body. Press play on your music. Good. And once you're lying all the way down, you can decide here, maybe the legs are long, or maybe the knees are bent, soles of the feet flat to the floor. You decide, whatever's more comfortable in your body. Just choosing a position that you can maintain for the next several minutes pretty comfortably. Good. And once you arrive in this position, I invite you to either close your eyes or just soften the gaze. Simply allow for the body to just become relaxed, to become heavy, to become weighted. So maybe just allowing the area around the forehead, the temples, the jaw, just to simply soften. Allowing for the backs of the shoulders, the backs of the ribs, the backs of the pelvis, just to get heavy. Finding a subtle softening through the legs, the arms. And as best you can, release any tension from the belly, the glutes. Release any grip, any tension at all in the fingers and the toes. Good. And then let's take our gaze even deeper inward to our breath. Take a moment here, just exhale all the expired air from the lungs. Ha. And then let's all together take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And big exhale, release by the mouth. Good. Again, like that, deep inhale through the nose. This time taking up to fill up through the chest, the ribs. Maybe the belly starts to expand and dome. And then a big exhale, release. You're welcome to make that silent or audible. 2 more times like that. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. One last time, maybe making this the biggest, longest inhale yet. Fill up deep through the nose. Exhale, release. Good, and then just allow the breath to become relaxed and natural. Let's bring some movement to the body. Start to wiggle the fingers, the toes. Start to make the movement a bit bigger. Start to circle the ankles, the wrists. And then find some stillness with the hands, the feet. If your legs are not already long, send them long for a moment. Take a deep breath in and slowly start to glide the right heel in, bending the right knee in towards your chest. And then interlacing the hands either on the outside of the right shin or the back of the right thigh, whatever's more comfortable and accessible. Taking a few breaths here. With your inhale, allow that right thigh to move gently away from the body. As you exhale, gently pulling that right thigh, that right kneecap a little bit closer towards the right armpit. One more breath. And slowly release the right leg. Start to bend the left knee in, hands around the shin or the back of the thigh. Again, inhale, let that thigh bone relax a little bit away from the body. Exhale, pulling it a little bit deeper and maybe gliding that left thigh closer towards the left armpit. Just feeling a subtle opening of that left hip. And one more breath. And then releasing that left leg long. Bring a gentle bend to both knees, soles of the feet flat on the floor. And you can bring your arms either out to a full capital T shape or maybe the cactus shape, bending the elbows if you don't have quite enough space. Take an inhale, just let the knees glide over to the left. Use your exhale to draw the belly in, slowly bring the knees back through center. And then let's inhale, drop the knees over to the right, left hip peels away gently. Exhale, come back through center. Let's do one more each side, gentle twist, side to side. Bring the knees back through center. Take a second here, send both legs long, zip them up together, arms overhead, interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Take a full body stretch here. Nice big good morning stretch. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. And then slowly again, bend the knees, place the soles of the feet flat on the floor, about hip bone distance apart, and arms can just gently land down by your hips. We'll take a few pelvic tilts here. So as you inhale, rock the pelvis forward in space, opening up the space between the low back and the floor. And then as you exhale, nice and slow, rock the pelvis in, allowing the low back to gently soften or imprint against the floor. Again, inhale, rock the pelvis forward, find a little arch of the low back, and then exhale, nice and slow, rock it in. Good, let's go a couple more times back and forth. Inhale, tilt forward, putting a little bit of weight in the tailbone. Exhale, rock it in. Good, it should feel like a little bit of a massage for the low back. And then let's meet in a neutral position between those two extremes. It's the natural resting place for the low back, so most of us have a tiny whisper or arch of space between the low back and the floor. And it's an idea that we're going to come back to again and again in class, so remembering what that feels like and looks like for the body. And let's find some abdominal engagement, so take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, start to draw the navel in and up towards the spine. Yeah, take another breath in, drawing the belly button in and up. And at the same time now adding on the hip bones. Think about the two hip bones contracting in towards center. So the whole abdominal section is starting to flatten and contract, but just lightly. We're not pulling it in with everything you've got. Yeah, take a couple breaths like this. Again, just noticing how it feels. And that's the abdominal connection that we're going to be looking for the rest of class, to the best of our ability. And then let's take our hands, interlace them behind the head and neck, let the elbows wing out nice and wide. Find a slight nod of the chin in towards the chest, and a slight tip of the elbows up into the peripheral vision. Take a full breath in to prepare. On your exhale, leading with the chest, lift the head and chest straight up in space. Finish your exhale, and then take an inhale, lower the head and chest all the way back down. And then again, exhale, lift straight up. Inhale, lower back. Good, let's lift and lower for 3. Again, not rushing too quickly through this. The last one, we're going to lift up, hold here, perch on the tips of the shoulder blades, elbows nice and wide, find little tiny pulses straight up towards the ceiling. Little lifts of the chest, maybe taking the gaze up at the ceiling or just beyond the knees. Pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, lifted here, perched on the tips of your shoulder blades. We're going to lift the right leg to tabletop. followed by the left leg. So both legs in tabletop, knees stacking right above the hip bones, shins parallel to the ceiling. Either soft flex or maybe a soft point through the toes here, active feet. Take a deep breath in and start to glide the thigh bones away from your face, maybe about 2 or 3 inches, not very far. Exhale, pull them back in right in line with the hips. And then again, inhale, send the legs a little forward. Exhale, pull back. And this whole time, keeping the upper body, the chest, the head and neck, the shoulders lifted. Good. One last time, come in, pause here with the legs. Let's add the chest lift. So as you inhale, drop the chest about halfway back, send the legs forward in space, and then exhale, pull everything through center. Good. Inhale, a little lower down, little reach out. Exhale, zip it up. Good. Let's go for 4. Remembering to breathe, inhale back, exhale through center. 2 more. Good. Belly's drawing in, hip bones nice and stable. Last one, we're gonna lift or hold lifted here, knees back through center. We're gonna send the right toes up towards the ceiling, followed by the left toes. You can have straight legs if the legs allow for it, or maybe just a soft bend in the knees. Again, either pointing or flexing through the feet. You can take a classical Pilates stance here, nail the heels together, separate the feet nice and wide, and spread the toes. Take a deep breath in, lower the head and chest all the way back. And then exhale, lift the chest through center. Again, inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Good. Wherever the legs are in space, keep them glued together, and the inner thighs are just getting a little light squeeze in through center to get activated. Good. Let's lift and lower straight up, straight down for 3. For 2. Last one, let's lift up, hold here, perch on the tips of the shoulder blades. If it's comfortable for your head and neck, lift the right fingertips up towards the ceiling, the left fingertips. Lift the head and chest a little higher, and then find little tiny pulses at the top of your lift. Pulsing here for 3, for 2. Last one. Lower the head and chest, lower the arms all the way down. Keep the legs lifted. Taking that Pilates stance for the feet, so heels glued together, feet spread out. We're gonna lower the legs about halfway down. We want to have our low back right now in an imprint position, so if it's not already, just find a little tuck of the pelvis so the low back lengthens against the floor. And then lower the legs about halfway down. Again, maintaining the imprint position this time. We're going to start to flutter kick the legs back and forth. So one leg over top the other, and switch. Good. Breathe as you need it. Draw the low abdominals in. Maybe lowering the legs just a little lower if the low back is okay with it. Let's flutter for 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock side to side. Good. And then slowly lower the feet down. Again, knees bent, feet on the floor. Take the squishy ball if you have it. If not, you can grab the towel that you've rolled up or the yoga block. Place it in between the upper thighs. So a little bit closer towards the pelvis than towards the knees. And give that ball just a light squeeze with the inner thighs. Let's do 2 rounds of pelvic tilts. Take an inhale, rock the pelvis forward, find that little arch. Exhale, nice and slow, rock it in. Again, inhale, arch forward, rock forward. Exhale, rock it in, find the imprint position, pause. Take another breath in. As you exhale, start to press into the feet, start to lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Lifting the spine 1 vertebrae at a time. Just until you come to about the tips of the shoulder blades. Take a full breath in here at the top. And then as you exhale, start to descend, start to lower the back all the way down. Nice and slow until the hips and the tailbone land. Again, one more time. Inhale, rock forward with the pelvis. Exhale, rock it in. Start to peel, lift up. Again, pause here at the top of the bridge. Should be able to see one straight line from the tips of the shoulders down to the knees. Again, giving that ball a little squeeze already. As you inhale, squeeze even further into the ball. And then as you exhale, open the knees, open the thighs just a little bit so the ball can kind of inflate, but not enough to drop whatever prop between the legs. So inhale, find that little squeeze, tighten up. And then exhale, find that little release. Good. And if you don't have a prop, you can still do this. We're just squeezing the inner thigh muscles. And if you don't have a prop, just imagine there's some kind of resistance that you're squeezing against. Good. Let's squeeze and release for 3. Hips are lifted nice and high. Belly still drawing in to keep our hips nice and stable, protecting our spine. Last one, hold the squeeze into the ball. We're gonna add on. So take a deep breath in, squeeze even harder. Start to lower the ball or the hips down to a hover above the mat. And then exhale, press into the feet, lift the hips back up in space. And then find a little release, little opening of the thigh bones at the top. So again, inhale, squeeze into the ball, lower down, find a hover. Exhale, press into the ball, open the thighs. Good, inhale, squeeze and lower. Exhale, lift, a little open. Good, taking this pretty slow. If it doesn't feel good to do that little release, a little opening of the thigh bones, the kneecaps at the top of the movement, you can omit that, that's fine. Good, let's do 2 more. Last one, let's lift up, hold here, squeeze into the ball. And this time we're gonna find little pulses, little squeeze in, in, in. So they're a little quicker, they're a little sharper. So really almost like rapid fire, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the squeeze into the squishy ball, hold. Now as you inhale, lift the heels to hover. Exhale, lower the heels back down. Again, heels lower, inhale. Exhale, lower down. One last time, lift the heels, hold here. Keep the heels lifted, hips are lifted. Now let's inhale, go back to the beginning. Squeeze into the ball. Exhale, release it. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Hips are staying lifted and high for now. 2 more, just squeeze, release. Good. On your next one, let's squeeze into the ball, hold, take that extra long inhale, start to lower the hips down to a hover. Exhale, press into the balls, the feet lift up, find a little opening. Again, inhale, we squeeze, we lower. Exhale, we lift and open. Let's go for 3. Try to stay lifted onto the balls of the feet, heels still lifted. Good. Our last one. Let's lift up, hold, keep the squeeze into the ball. Find those little pulses. In, and in. A little squeeze into the ball or into the towel. Let's pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the heels first. Roll the hips all the way down. Take the squishy ball out, just place it to the side. And if it feels good, find a little windshield wipe of the leg side to side. Good, bring the knees back to center. Bring the left arm over the head. And let's roll onto our left side. Setting up in a side lying position here, finding our neutral spine first. So we're gonna bend the knees so it looks like you're sitting in a chair, and then try to line up your tailbone to the crown of your head with the back edge of your mat. So it's pretty much one straight line. And then rest the head either on the bicep below or placing a pillow or a hand underneath that head and neck, whatever's the most comfortable for your upper body. Good, so knees are bent, hips are stacked one on top of the other, belly's drawing in. Take the top hand to the top waist, give it a little tug, find a little bit of an opening, a little bit of a space between the side waist and the floor. And then we're gonna lift that top leg up to about hip height, not very, very high. Let the foot just drop and be heavy for right now. Stick the bum out just a little bit, almost like you're tapping the wall behind you. Good, maintain that, that's our kind of neutral for this position. Now we're gonna inhale, lower that leg down just to tap the bottom. And then exhale with control, lift that leg back up to hip height. Again, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Again, it's not a big range of motion that we're looking for here. It's pretty small, pretty controlled. We're really concerned at this moment in time with our alignment, in our core control, the stability of our hips, the stability of our spine in this position. Good, last one, let's lift up, hold here at the top, just to hip height. Find little tiny pulses, little lifts. Good. Keep pulling that top hip away from you, creating that little bit of space underneath the bottom waist. Pulse for 3, 2, 1, pause. Start to draw little tiny circles going forward with that top knee. They're maybe about the size of one of those hand weights, pretty small. Start to make them a little bit bigger, more like, I don't know, volleyball? Bigger sports ball? Good, one more circle in that direction, and then pause, go the opposite way. Same size, start with that volleyball or medium sports ball size. And then slowly now start to make them smaller. Good. And then pause here in stillness. Lengthen that leg all the way out straight here. Flex the foot. Take an inhale. Start to glide the leg forward in space any amount while keeping the hip bones and the pelvis still. And as you exhale, soft point from ankles to toes. Send that leg back behind you an inch, maybe 2 inches. And then inhale, flex the foot, glide it forward. Exhale, point the toes. Send that leg back. Good. And again, it's not about how big the range of movement is, not about how high the leg is lifted. It's how still you can keep the spine, the hips, while we swing this leg like a pendulum. Good. One more. And then we're going to hold back with that leg. Rotate the thigh bone so it's facing down towards the mat. The knees, the toes turn down slightly. Soft point still through the toes. Find little lifts up and back. Good. Like you're drawing a little diagonal line right behind you. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. Bend that leg. Give that side a little tap. We're going to lower this top leg now onto the floor. If it's comfortable, you can take one of your little tiny props, maybe place it underneath that top knee, just so it's comfortable for your top hip. It's going to relax. Send the bottom leg long. Again, head either still all the way down or propped up, whatever's more comfortable. Still finding a little bit of length in that bottom side waist here, tugging that top hip away. Flex through the bottom foot. So spread the toes, press through the heels. And then we're going to lift that bottom leg up just maybe 3 or 4 inches above the ground. So you feel again that inner thigh muscle in the bottom leg start to kick in. And then inhale, lower that leg down. Exhale, lift up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Good. And I know it's tempting to always be looking down, and I'm probably super duper guilty about it when I go back and watch this video. But try to keep the gaze straight ahead so you don't crane or kink your neck up. Good. Let's lift that leg up about 3 or 4 inches. Pause, foot still flexed. Find little pulses. And if you're feeling like that bottom hip is just really grinding into the floor, that bone into the floor, maybe don't lift quite as high, lower it a little bit. Because again, not about the range of movement here, it's more about just engaging that bottom inner thigh to kick in. Good, find a pause with those pulses. Soft point from ankles to toes, start little circles. And we're just gonna make them small. Good. And then go the other way, same size, small circles backwards. Slowing it down so you can hit the top, bottom, and sides. Good, find stillness here, soft point still through the toes. Inhale, send that leg forward 2 or 3 inches. Exhale, glide it back behind you an inch or 2. Good, inhale, straight line forward. Exhale, straight line back. 2 more. Good, come back through center. Keep that leg lifted. Take the top arm, place it in front of your chest for a little support. Send the top leg to meet that bottom leg. Both legs out long in line with the hips. And then let's inhale, lower both legs just to hover. Exhale, use that bottom inner thigh, lift up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Good. Try to keep your balance here. Let's lift and lower for 3, for 2. Last one, lift up, hold here. Little tiny pulses, straight up. Let's pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower both legs down. For a quick hot sec, roll into your tummy. Bend that left leg out to the side like your little grasshopper. Let the forehead just rest heavy onto the hands. If that doesn't feel good on your inner thigh, you can take the legs behind you. Just do a couple windshield wipers back and forth, releasing whatever tension may have built up there. Yeah, and then bring the hands under the shoulders, press yourself up, flip on over. Let's do the other side, because if I don't do it right away, we shall forget. Okay, lying all the way down, same principles. Back is in a nice straight line, long line. Bend the knees, sitting in a chair. Stick the bum out a little. Pull the top hip away. Pull the belly in, hips are stacked. Bottom waist lifting away from the side, from the mat. Send the gaze forward in space. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift that top leg up in line with the hip. And then inhale, lower that leg down, stick the bum out a little bit. Exhale, lift. Good. Again, using slow, controlled movements. Let's lift straight up and down for 3, for 2. Last one, lift up, hold here, little pulse. A little lift straight up and up. Let's pulse for 3, 2, 1, pause. Draw little tiny circles first, small sports ball. Going forward, slowly start to make those circles a little bit bigger, more of a medium size. And then let's start going backwards. Same size, medium size circle. Stirring that thigh bone around the hip socket, slowly start to make the circle smaller. Gaze forward. Hello, cat. Pause and center here. Send that leg all the way out straight. Flex the foot. As you inhale, send that leg forward in space. Exhale, soft point from ankles to toes. Send the leg back. Again, inhale, glide forward. Exhale, come back. Hello, this is Molson. Good, 2 more. Okay, and then let's point the toes. Send the leg behind you a couple inches. Turn the thigh bone down towards the mat and find little tiny pulses, little tiny diagonal lines up and back. Let's go for 3, for 2, last one, hold lifted, and then lower that top leg down, give that side a little tap if it needs it. Let that top leg down, rest heavy. Okay, cat. No. You're cute, but you're not doing Pilates. Move, move, move. Good, so top leg bent in front of you. Bottom leg all the way out straight. Let's exhale, lift that leg up 3 or 4 inches, flex through the foot, and then inhale, lower down. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Good, let's go for 3, for 2. Last one, lift up, hold, little pulses, straight up. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find a soft point from the ankles to the toes and draw small little circles. Good. That bottom leg is pretty straight, or your version of straight. If you need a soft bend in the knee, go ahead and take it. And then just reverse, same size circles, pretty small backwards. Good. Pause and center here. Flex through the foot, send that leg forward in space a couple inches, and then exhale, glide it back. Inhale, come forward, straight line. Exhale, send it back. Let's do 3 more. Last 2. Last one. Bring that leg back through center. Send the top leg to meet the bottom leg. Top hand in front of you on the floor for a little bit of support. Now inhale, lower both legs down, hover. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Let's go for 3, for 2. Last one, hold at the top, just about hip height, little tiny pulses. Woo. Bottom thigh, inner thigh should be talking to you. Let's pulse for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower both legs down. Let's all roll onto our tummies. Do that second stretch, bending the right knee out to the side, moving your cat, not a prop. Good. And again, maybe windshield wiper the legs back and forth a couple times if that feels a little bit better. Good. And then staying on our tummies here, let's send the hands a little bit wider than mat width. Tent the fingers onto the floor, forehead nice and heavy. Elbows point up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, start to scoop and draw the low abdominals in. At the same time, press the pubic bone and the hip bones down heavy into the mat. Let the forehead rest nice and heavy on the mat. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, press into the fingertips. Start to extend through the arms, lifting the head and chest a little bit off the mat. And you can decide here if you want to send your arms all the way straight, maybe lifting the gaze. You determine the depth of your back bend. Find what's comfortable. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, nice and slow, melts all the way down. 2 more times. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, press, extend, lift up. And lower down. 1 last time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale at the top. Exhale, wave, melt down. Good. And then take the arms behind you. If you want, at this point, you can grab onto your weights. Hopefully they haven't traveled too far away from you. 1 hand each, or 1 weight in each hand. Rest the forehead nice and heavy on the mat. I'm going to keep mine lifted so I can talk to you. Palms face up towards the ceiling, arms are hugging in towards the sides. Take a deep breath in, find the abdominal engagement of lifting the low belly, pressing the pubic bone and the hip bones down, and just try to relax your bum a little bit. You might give it a little bit of a shake. Take another full breath in. On your exhale, we're gonna float the arms just an inch or two above the mat. Take another full breath in, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears, and then pull the shoulder blades down your back. Pinch the shoulder blades a little bit together. So again, the arms are really hugging in tight to the sides. And it's almost like you're extending your fingertips towards your heels. Take another full breath in. Exhale, lift the arm bones maybe 2 or 3 inches even higher. Just so you feel the triceps, the backs of the arms start to engage. Inhale, lower the arms all the way down to hover. Exhale, lift straight up. Inhale, lower down, hover. Exhale, lift. An option here, you can also hover the head and the chest an inch or 2 above the mat to engage a little bit more of your upper back. Otherwise, forehead down and heavy on the mat. Lift straight up and down for 3, for 2. Last one, hold at the top. Send the arms a little bit higher in space. Find little pulses straight up. Keep rolling the shoulders down and away from you, away from your ears. Let's pulse for 4, 3, 2. We'll then take a moment, reset, lower all the way down. If you want to keep going with the weights, you can, or you can abandon them. Good. Let's do that one more time, one more set all the way through. Take a deep breath in, prepare. Exhale, float the arms up first. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Lift the head and chest if you'd like, and then lift the arms a little bit higher. And then let's inhale, lower down, hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift straight up. Good. Send a message to your lower body to just get heavy and relaxed. Let's go for 3, for 2. Last one, let's lift up, hold here. Instead of finding little pulses this time, let's inhale, flip the palms down to face the mat, and then exhale, just rotate the arm bones so the palms face up. And then again, inhale, rotate the hands down, the arms down. Exhale, rotate up. The whole time, gluing the arms or pinning the arms to the sides of your body, keeping the arms lifted. Let's go for 3, for 2. The last one, flip the palms up towards the ceiling, hold here and breathe for 3, lift a little higher for 2. Last one, melts all the way down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, press into your hands, tuck the toes under, lift your hips up and back towards your heels, come into a little child's pose here. Forehead resting nice and heavy on the mat. If it feels good, clap the hands together. Palms touch. Bending at the elbows, send the thumbs back towards the base of the skull. And maybe walking the elbows a little forward in space. Big breath in. And big breath out. Good. Release the hands down onto the mat. Start to drag the hands in towards the knees, rounding through the spine. Maybe giving the knees a little tug once you reach. Keeping the chin tucked in towards the chest. Good. Big breath in, big breath out. And then come up to a tall seated position here. Come forward onto the mat, hands and knees, tabletop position. Let's take a couple cat-cows here to stretch out the spine. So as you inhale, start to press the chest forward, start to lift the tail, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, tuck round under, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, look between the legs. Again, inhale, press forward, chest lifts, tail lifts. Exhale, round it out. Good, do 2 more here. Maybe close your eyes for the next couple. Not worrying too much about what this looks like in your body or mind. Good. And then let's come to a neutral position here, relatively flat back. Let's send the right toes back, followed by the left toes. You're in a high plank here. Take a deep, deep breath in, draw the belly in, press the body weight forward. Come up onto your tippy toes, press the shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. If it feels good for your low back, find a slight tuck of the tailbone between the legs. Hold and breathe here for 3, for 2. On 1, take a deep breath in, start to bend the elbows, start to lower the body towards the floor as one unit. Come all the way down onto your tummy. Uncurl the toes, send the arms forward in space, reach forward. And then start to bring the hands back under shoulders, tuck the toes under, press up, back to your high plank. So inhale, let's bend the elbows, lower all the way down, nice and slow. Exhale, arms forward, reach. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, press, lift up. 2 more, inhale, lower. Exhale, reach it out. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, lift. Your last one. Reach forward, pull back. Big exhale, lift up as one unit. Pause in your high plank. Take a nice big breath in, draw the belly in. On your exhale, wave the hips, pike the hips up and back to a down dog. Let the forehead or the head rest nice and heavy between the biceps. Make any micro adjustments you need in this inverted V. Walk the hands further or closer. Feet can come closer together or farther apart. Take 2 deep breaths here. And then nice, slow and control, start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Hang out in your forward fold for just a second here, letting the head hang nice and heavy. Finding a big or as little bend in the knees as you need. Maybe grab opposite elbows, rock side to side. Release the grip in the hands. Take a deep breath in. And start to point the tailbone down towards the mat. Slowly, slowly, with control, let's start to roll up through the spine. Keeping the chin tucked. Until finally, you're standing all the way up nice and tall. Head and neck relaxed to the right. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Lift the fingertips up overhead. Exhale, float the hands down. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Starting with the crown of the head, roll all the way down towards the feet. Good. Again, finding your bend in the knees if you need it. Good. Here, take a moment here, grab onto the weights here at the bottom of your roll down. One weight in each hand. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, nice and slow, start to stack the spine. Roll up through the spine until you're all the way standing. Coming to the middle of your mat. I'm going to turn to face you guys here. Taking a wide stance. So pretty wide. If this isn't comfortable for your hips or your legs or your knees, just picking a different squat position. Glide the arms forward in front of you. At the same time, take an inhale, bend the knees, set the hips way down and back. And then exhale, flip the arms down by the sides, straighten the legs. Again, inhale, press the arms forward, bend the knees, hips down. Exhale, stand, rise. Good. And keep the upper arms close to the body. Elbows bending in and straightening out at the bottom. Good. Gaze is straight ahead, chest is lifted, belly's pulling in. Let's go up and down for 3. Again, adjust this stance in the legs as much as you need to make this comfortable for your body. Good. 1 more. Let's hold here at the bottom, arms forward, soft bend in the elbows. Find little tiny pulses. Let the sit bones widen at the back. Keep the chest lifted, belly in, shoulders down. Pulse for 3, for 2, 1. Come all the way up to standing for a second. Big breath in, bend the knees, send the hips down and back. Pause here. And as you inhale, lift the right heel to hover. Exhale, plant it down. Inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, plant it down. Good. 2 more each side. Maybe making it a little faster, a little more fluid. Good. Pause with the right leg or the right heel lifted. Find little pulses. Little lifts of the hips up and down for 3, 2, 1. Lower the right heel, lift the left, and pulse it out. Good. Keep that belly drawing in. Breathing through it. Pulse for 3, 2, 1. Lower that heel down. And if you can manage it, lift both heels up, balancing on the balls of your feet. Hold and breathe for 3, for 2. Last one. Melt the heels down. Lengthen through the legs. Then you can just toss the weights if you have them. If you have cans, maybe don't toss them. Place them gently down. Sorry, neighbors. Heel toe the feet back together. Let's take a big inhale. Lift the fingertips up. Look up. Exhale. Melt the arms down. One last time. Lift up. Look up. This time interlace the hands, plant them on top of the head. Standing up nice and tall, pressing the crown of the head into the hands. Full breath in. And as you exhale, twist and rotate the upper body towards the right side. Inhale, come tall through center. Exhale, little twist to the left. Good, just catching your breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Good. One more over to the left. Pause here. Take a big inhale, bend in the knees. Exhale, press up to standing, arms overhead. Plant the palms together. Slowly bend the elbows. Lower the thumbs towards your heart center, nodding the chin towards the chest. Maybe finding a soft bend in the knees. Maybe rocking the weight into the balls of the feet, then back to the heels a few times. Big breath in, big breath out. Finding stillness with the feet, stillness with the body. Thank yourself here for showing up, for maybe trying something new, or coming back to a familiar practice. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope to see you again soon. When you're ready, slowly lift the head and neck back through center. Thank you guys again, and I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you back here soon. And Molson says goodbye.